Hey everybody, it's Jork. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. I wanted to make this video and talk just for a minute about politics. As you know, I really don't broach the subject very often, but I'm getting some messages and emails from people asking for comments or could I make a video about what I think about the upcoming election here on March 10th. And to be honest with you, I don't know what to make of the upcoming election on March 10th, meaning most of the Portuguese that I know feel it'll be business as usual as far as who gets elected. And from an immigrant standpoint, we won't see much of a change at all. There are a few people that are, I think, fingers crossed, meaning they have fingers crossed, hoping that there will be a different mix of a coalition, meaning who gets the majority, who gets more votes. But we'll see what happens. For the meantime, for those of you that are interested in moving here, or if you're just coming for a holiday and you just happen to be coming this weekend and next week during and after the election, you're not going to see really anything change here at all. It's springtime, so we're starting to get some of the public transportation strikes. That has nothing to do with the election. We're going to probably start seeing those like we have in prior years. But the day-to-day life, not really going to be any different. But since people have asked about this, this is not a comprehensive article, but the Portugal News has something. I'm going to put a link in the description as well as the pinned comment so that you can see in the description and see, or click the pinned comment, and it will just go through the parties and some of the major positions that they have. I think that's important to know some of the major things. If you want to deep dive into that, there are, well, each party has their own website and they have kind of their positions or platforms. I really don't get that deep into this stuff, as you all know that follow the channel. But I wanted to make sure that something was posted there. But I think if it's something that's very much of interest to you, there are many, I'll say, better probably newspapers that you could go to and get information on, as well as the direct political party websites. And it is what I think I didn't know and I learned is that Portuguese that were living outside the country have already voted. They did so on the 3rd of March. So as we're barreling towards the 10th, we'll see what happens. I'll probably do a video a day or two afterwards just to say here's kind of how things have, here's what the election was, and then probably as they figure out if there was a majority or if they have to kind of create a coalition, I may touch on that a little bit, but I'm probably not going to spend too much time on it, simply because in the day-to-day life and routine of someone living in Portugal, whether you're, well, if you're Portuguese, you probably pay a little more attention to it than an immigrant, but it really doesn't impact our lives. The only thing that we're seeing right now and hearing is there are cars with loudspeakers that are going throughout the streets of Lisbon. We've seen that every day this week. There's more posters and banners being displayed for the respective parties. But you do that anywhere for any election, but it hasn't impacted anything that we would do. So I'm using this, and I think I've harped on this a couple of times. Please don't think, well, the election is a reason why I shouldn't move to Portugal or I need to change my plans. I really don't think that it's going to have much of an impact. And I will say, I've been in some expat groups for people that live in Italy, and as they've had a change, also Argentina, some other countries who have had their leader, now whether it be a prime minister or president, a new change in office, the immigrants haven't flown the coop, meaning they haven't fled to another country to get away from the situation, or the people that were considering a move there for work, retirement, or whatever reason are still, it doesn't change their mindset at all. So I don't expect anything to change here, but I wanted to give you that link from the Portugal News so you can just read up a little bit on it. It does help to know a little bit about the politics here. You don't need to do a deep dive, but just a surface level I think is appropriate. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. I'd love to hear what people are thinking about when it comes to the election. I've had a lot of people message, and when I say a lot, probably 20 to 30 people just this week alone. And because I'm not a channel that covers politics, that's a lot to me. And in prior elections and things that have happened politically since we've lived here, no one's really had much interest. But I'm curious to see what will happen. I'll post some updates as the election takes place and we find out kind of as it unfolds who will or what groups will come together to be in power, and we'll go from there. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video, and enjoy your travels.